a little bit of a treat for you tonight. Dave McPhillips from Coronas is now Echo Canto.
That's correct, yeah, that's it. Very nice to see or hear you again, Olga. It's great to be in touch. I haven't seen you in a few years.
It's been a while, hasn't it? Been playing the song Disorder for the last couple of weeks and getting a lot of really great positive feedback. Where have you been? What have you been doing?
Yeah, good question. I mean, I've been, what have we all been doing? There's a bit of a couple of years gap there for a while for everyone, but 2019 I've been playing in the Coronas for about, it was 13 years at that stage, and still obviously very close with the lads. They would have been my best friends and brothers and still are. But I just kind of decided I kind of needed to take a break. But, you know, as is the nature of that industry, you can't just sort of take a break and pop back in. We were writing an album at the time, and there was tours planned, etc. So I just kind of knew myself that I just wanted to take a step back and let the guys kind of take over for the next couple of years and do their thing, and I just kind of wanted to do my own thing. It wasn't necessarily even do my own music thing. It was kind of just sort of live my own life and kind of stay in one spot for an extended period of time. So basically I kind of started studying again, and I was always doing guitar teaching. I was involved in my sister's involved in a special needs kind of group, and I was doing kind of workshops there and stuff like that. So I just sort of took that a little bit further, and now I'm a qualified teacher. I'm teaching. I've got to teach in fourth class. I'm still teaching a bit of music and stuff like that as well. And thankfully, one of my really good friends is Dave Pyro. He used to play in the Republic of Loose, and he was in a similar situation where he wasn't playing with them anymore, and he was still writing songs on his laptop, and we were kind of exchanging ideas throughout a good part of 2021 and start of 2022, and we just sort of got a few little songs together, a few ideas together, and came out with about 5 songs that we are really, really proud of. And we didn't polish them off or make a big deal out of it. It was just a case of us back playing music together and feeling good about it. And that was as far as we thought about it. But we're really really happy with how it's gone and how it's gone down, and even the fact like yourself, I'll go through back in touch with you again.
I was so excited. The new EP by Echo Canto, it's called Patchwork, and it's a really beautiful body of songs. And so of course you're joined by Elspeth Hansen, who is one of the Bond ladies as well.
Yeah. So Elspeth would have, like, she's a virtuoso string player, and she would have the Bonds, like, who I wouldn't have been particularly aware of myself unless she was a good friend of mine, but they're one of those string quartets that they play like massive gigs. They should have played the closing ceremony of the London Olympics. They do huge gigs in Asia and the Middle East and various places, and they'd be all like like really like classically trained musicians. But she had taken a break from touring as well, so she was eager to get back and playing on something original too. So to have her talent at our disposal was a huge win for us.
What we Nordies want to know is, are you going to do a tour? Are there going to be live gigs?
That's the plan, and that plan has only come together very, very recently, because we did it was kind of for fun. I mean, we play and we do take ourselves seriously as musicians. It wasn't like we just thought we'd throw old thing out, but the plan to do live gigs and stuff like that wasn't really the first part of the plan. It was more just to get some music done. But since then we've got a good feedback from Disorder in particular, and the EP, and we just know we've got more songs. It's kind of just given us the impetus to kind of actually, do you know what, let's do this, let's have a go,
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many great tracks on that EP, and obviously as well, now that you're teaching now and even working in that environment, it brings a whole new kind of flavour, doesn't it, to what you do?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it keeps you on your toes, like keeps you awake.
Tell us this, have you had any like parent-teacher meetings where anyone's like recognised you and they're like, wow, what you don't hear, those conversations in the playground. Do you know who's teaching my darling?
I had one event that was pretty memorable, is that the sixth class were doing the Jungle Book as their musical, and in the school we have a fantastic music teacher called Adele McKernan, she's really brilliant, and she puts together a musical every year. So the sixth class music was up and running, and the guitar player in the kind of little band that they do the music, I couldn't do it for some reason. I think she got COVID, or just something very specific and very short notice happened, and she was out. And I got the call up. It was my first gig for about 2 years. I was doing the Jungle Book for sixth class, and I tell you what, it was as hard as anything. It wasn't just here's a few chords. It was Sherman and Sherman, who were one of the fantastic writers of all time, these musicals, they don't stay in one spot for too long. So I more than had my work cut out. So I was going in on the electric guitar with excellent musicians. We had Woodwind and the rest of it, and I immediately regretted agreeing to it because it was so much work. I was up all night. I only had a week, but I pulled it off. There's a few parents there that had your man from the Coronas was playing at the sixth class musical that they got a kick out of anyway.
I bet it was actually more nerve-wracking than, because you guys, didn't you support Paul McCartney or Slane one time?
It was more nerve-wracking than that because they're all my amp is sitting there literally 2 feet from their legs. So it was a mistake would have been heard a lot louder in that room.
Brilliant. Well, look, Dave, we would love to have you. You have a lot of fans here.
That's great to hear. We're putting it together now, so we've got a couple of Dublin shows that I haven't got the specific dates yet, but I have kind of where they're going to be, and then to move on to certainly Northern Ireland would be just it would be a dream. It would be a dream to be able to travel around and play music, and that would be as much as I could ask for.
Echo Canto is the name that you need to know. The new EP is called Patchwork. Some beautiful tracks on there. Would you do me a favour, Dave, and introduce your latest single, Disorder?
Hi, I'm Dave McPhillips from Echo Canto, and this is our song Disorder from our latest EP, Patchwork.